Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Dental Cafe. So today we are going to discuss about a very interesting topic. What is difference between conventional and a basal implants? To know more about the conventional implants, I'll share the link. You can go there and watch. Okay, then let's begin the video. Since we have two types of implant, one is the conventional one and other one is the basal implant. So before starting the video, what is the difference between the conventional and the basal implant? You should know the implants are made up of which material. Both the implants are made up of grade 3 and grade 4 titanium and its alloy. First one we all know, this is we have a conventional implant. We all know it very well. And the second one we have a basal implant, and both are made up of same material, that is titanium. And the first difference between both the implant is, as you can see in basal implant, this is we have a single piece implant. It means abutment is a part of the implant. As you can see in basal implant, abutment is attached to the implant. That is why it is called single piece implant. But in conventional it comes in two piece. Implant is in single piece and the abutment is alone in a single piece, and we have to attach the abutment to the implant after osseo integration. You can see in the video we have a abutment that we have to fix it over the implant with the help of hex, and that is why it is called two piece implant. And the basal implant is the single piece implant, as you can see in the image. And in conventional, this is we have an implant fixture and the abutment is separated, that is why it is two piece implant. The basal implant, we have a implant fixture and the abutment attached to it, that is why it is single piece implant. And the second difference in the basal and the conventional implant is that basal implant, as you can see, name suggests it's a basal implant. It means it engages the basal bone, which is a hard bone, and the resorption rate is very slow, or we can say no resorption rate. And the conventional implant are placed in the soft bone, and the resorption of the soft bone is more, and that is why conventional implants require 3 to 6 months for osseointegration before loading. But the basal implant will not take time for loading, as the conventional implant will take 3 to 6 months. It engages the basal bone, which is hard enough to give a support to the implant and the prosthesis. And the third difference is, in basal implant we can do immediate loading because they are placed in the cortical bone, which is hard and support the implant well. But in the conventional implant, they are placed in the soft bone, so we have to wait for 3 to 6 months for the osseointegration to occur, then only loading is possible. And the next difference in both the implant is the height. As you can see, the length of the both the implant is varied. In conventional implant we have length somewhere between 7 to 14 mm, but in basal implant starting length is 10 mm and it may vary up to the 29 mm. So basal implants are longer than the conventional implant because basal implant have to engage the cortical bone. That is why their height is more than the conventional one. As you can see in the figure, in first one we have a conventional implant, and the height of the conventional implant or the length of the conventional implant is vary from 7 to 14 mm. And second one we have a basal implant, and its length is starting length is from 10 mm to 29 mm. So the basal implants are longer than the conventional one. And the very important point is the basal implant is a single piece implant and the conventional is a two piece implant, and therefore the chances of infection between the implant and the abutment is more in the conventional as compared to the basal implant, because basal is a single piece implant and there is no gap between the implant and the abutment. So the chances of infection is very less in the basal implant as compared to the conventional implant, because there is a gap in the conventional implant between the implant and the abutment, and that is why we prefer basal implant. I personally preferred basal implant because the chances of resorption is less in basal implant, and immediate loading is possible in the basal implant because it engages the cortical bone. And infection is rare as compared to the conventional implant in basal implant because they are the single piece implants. And if you are using basal implant or the conventional implant, do comment on comment section which company implant you are using. I hope this video is helpful for you to understand about the difference between the basal and the conventional implant. If you want to know more about the basal and the conventional implant, and if you have any query related to this topic, do comment on comment section.